What is happening, guys? Well, here I am doing my review of G.I. Joe Retaliation. The movie came out today, but I got to see it yesterday on an early screening, maybe due to the Good Friday holiday starting tomorrow. So they had it early. Great, I went to see it. The first G.I. Joe movie was a complete mess. The only things I liked about that movie was Snake Eyes, the couple scenes with Snake Eyes, the struggle with Storm Shadow. They look pretty cool. Other than that, laughable CGI. The final fight scene with all the submarines and all that was just... it was a big mess, okay? So, but it's set up for the next movie. Cobra Commander is finally established. There's Destro, but of course they had a short reign because the G.I. Joe messed up all their plans, and so they all went to jail. But the only remaining thing from Cobra was Sartain took over the presidential chair, the White House. I mean, he's the master of disguise, so he disguised himself as the president, and they're holding the president captive in a bunker at the White House retreat. So here's the setup for our next movie. Okay, so G.I. Joe Retaliation takes a couple years after that. Sartain is still the president in control. He doesn't know where Cobra Commander and Destro are held captive, so he has to interrogate the real president to find out where the secret facility is. Cobra Commander and Destro are trapped in this maximum security facility, and they're in suspended animation in these suits underwater. They can even move. They're like vegetables. So they're trying to get to them. The plan is to use Storm Shadow, dresses up as Snake Eyes, and kills a prime minister. So the G.I. Joes get framed, and the president, aka Sartain, goes into the public and says, you know what, G.I. Joes did this, they're the enemy, let's hunt them down. And of course they get completely framed, and here we go. The movie starts. You know, the G.I. Joes are on the run. They get destroyed at their base. The whole hell breaks loose at their base. A bunch of G.I. Joes get killed, and here's our movie. Cobra Commander gets rescued, and he comes out to take control of the situation using fear, strike fear into the whole world, using a Zeus cannon, which is like a satellite nail gun, what I call it. It's pretty much a huge cannon that fires a metal missile, and using the same principles as an asteroid. When it hits the ground, it devastates the whole, a complete devastation effect. I mean, London gets destroyed in the movie. It's crazy, okay? So here's our movie. Here we go. So, what I liked about the movie, I'm going to talk first about it, and then I'll talk about what I didn't like about the movie. What I liked about the movie, Snake Eyes, again, Snake Eyes steals the show. They got to make a movie with Snake Eyes only. There should have been a Snake Eyes movie because he's badass. I'm pretty sure you guys seen the Hot Toys figure. Looks incredible, and it just looks like him in the movie. Is it exact? I love the new mask. Ray Park did a great job again. I mean, he's Mr. Karate Master, agile guy, Darth Maul. So he's great with his choreography. So he was great. He was awesome. He looked badass. There's a scene in the temple. Of course, this is talking about the things that I liked about the movie. The scene in the temple in the mountains, and you wonder why are they there and Storm Shadow's there. Well, when they try to break Cobra Commander out, Storm Shadow and Firefly, which Firefly looks pretty awesome. It's one of my characters that I liked in the 80s. He had the balaclava on, and that scene with the motorcycle that comes in and it spreads out and all the pieces of the bike go and blow up the prison. I thought that was in the trailer. I thought it was a Snake Eyes, but no, it is Firefly. So in the whole thing about freeing Cobra Commander, Storm Shadow gets hurt. He gets burned. His back gets all burned. So he goes to this temple to heal, and Snake Eyes and Jinx find out that he's there, and they go there to get him. Okay, so but this is one of the most impressive. I think this is the most impressive scene in the movie. The scene trying to get Storm Shadow out of there. It was incredible. There's a standoff between Snake Eyes and Storm Shadow, which is awesome. I mean, Snake Eyes looks like he just jumped out of the comic. He's got the Uzis, and Storm Shadow throws the ninja stars at it. And right away I'll talk about the 3D. The 3D used in this movie, I'm very glad they went back. They held the movie from last summer release to rework the 3D, because it really worked well in this movie. It was really awesome. I really like what they did, and I'm glad they took their time. The ninja stars are coming out, bullets are coming out of the screen, fantastic. So the whole scene there, him fighting Snake Eyes versus Storm Shadow there, was fantastic. And then the whole rescue thing, because they Jinx puts like a gas mask on Storm Shadow in the struggle, and he goes to, they put him to sleep, they put him in a bag, and now it's them against all these other ninjas trying to get out of there with the body of Storm Shadow. And it's spectacular, man. Some of the scenes in the cliffs and the use of 3D, it actually made my friend like dizzy, like, and me too. I had to take my glasses on and like, just like, wow, man, whoa, I was getting dizzy. It was really well done. The guys were coming out of it when she was cutting the cables and stuff. When Jinx was cutting the cables, the guys were flying out of the screen towards you. I mean, I wish they were done a little bit slower so you could see, but they were coming right out of the screen. It was fantastic. Jaw-dropping scene. Bravo for that awesome scene. That made the movie right there. Other things that I liked too about the movie was, I mean, the characters were more, I mean, a little bit more badass, more serious. I like Flint. He was awesome. He was agile and he kicked ass. Dwayne Johnson as the Rock was on. The guy is so huge, so he looked pretty badass handling all the weapons. Lady Jane, I don't know some of these characters' name, but Lady Jane looked, she was pretty hot. Very good choreography, the fight scenes, the tanks, the vehicles. They look better, more related to like modern technology. You remember G.I. Joe? All their vehicles were based on on present technology. They had F-14s, they had A-10s. The tanks were a little modified, but they were still there. You know what I mean? So they kind of played it out this way. The tanks were really good. The Viper, his tanks looked great. The Cobra Commander chopper looked awesome. Roadblock's tank looked great in action and all that. So they kind of went the right way. You know, they tried to make the vehicles better looking. So, I mean, that's some of the stuff I really liked in the movie. The 3D was great. The Snake Eyes scenes, I mean, I wanted to see more Snake Eyes. And yes, Cobra Commander looked awesome in his outfit. The talking when he was in the presence of it on screen was like, whoa, man, this guy looks awesome. I can't wait to see more of him. And he looked great. Now I'm going to talk about the bad things about the movie. So, Cobra Commander gets freed, but Destro gets left behind. What is that all about? Destro is Cobra Commander's right-hand man. He needs to be there. He's always been there. So now he's not in the picture anymore. He's just like, oh, okay, Destro, man, you're out of luck. Bye, see ya. Alright. That's a mistake right there. So, whatever, you know. No big deal. But I count that as a negative. I wanted to see Destro in action. I wanted to see his mask. You know, we saw his mask in part 1. He's got the metal mask now. So now we're not going to see him anymore. Oh well. So Destro is out of the picture. Duke, he's a big character in this series, in the G.I. Joe world and all that. And big spoiler here, guys, but I don't think you're going to even care about this. Duke dies in this movie in the first 10 minutes. Channing Tatum, I don't know what the hell happened to that guy. He just said, no, screw this. I don't want to be a part of this. And they killed him off. So Duke is out of the picture. I'm like, what the hell is this all about? I looked at my friends. We all looked at each other. What the hell? Duke is gone. And the big attack in the base and all that, he just pushes Flint out of the way, and Duke is dead, and all of a sudden you didn't even focus on his face. They just take his dog tags, and Duke is dead. So it leaves The Rock now to be the main guy. So Duke is the leader, man. Roadblock is just another grunt from the G.I. Joe. So now maybe Dwayne Johnson wants to be the main man now. So whatever. I didn't like that move at all. Duke is gone. He dies miserably and just whatever. That's it. See you later. Other things. Bruce Willis is in the movie. I mean, he's you know, they talk about, oh, that's where G.I. Joe got his name because of General Joe, so he's a badass and all that. He was all right, but I didn't see the need for him to be in the movie. You know, he's he's a good action actor. He was good in the 80s, but now it's kind of he's looking old. So yeah, he's badass. His whole house is rigged with all these flip cabinets, and it's all weapons everywhere. There's guns everywhere, and the tanks in his garage and all that. I mean, he's a retired general, but this is the only way they're gonna succeed is because finding this guy. I was hoping that G.I. Joe had a secret base stashed up somewhere, and they were gonna get all their gear and all their tanks and all that. Not looking for Bruce Willis, and that was the solution for it. So another mistake there for me. What else? So Jen Tatum, Duke is dead. The other thing is that, okay, so Cobra Commander now is in power, and all of a sudden the G.I. Joes come in and to save the day, and they're ruined. There was a whole summit with all these not dictators, but all these the chain of commands around the world from China and all that, and they fire. Sarton is crazy, so he fires a missile, and then all of a sudden, all of them, oh, you're crazy, so we're all gonna fire our missiles, from Germany, whatever. And then he's like, yeah, I'll destroy mine, and then they're forced to destroy all the missiles and all the nuclear power around the world. So now nobody has more nuclear missiles, and Cobra Commander comes down from the big stairs, and he says, I'm in power now, I have this and that, and you guys got to do what I want. So I was hoping for Cobra to establish this gigantic base, and there's all these tanks everywhere, and G.I. Joe comes in with the whole army of things, the carriers and all that. And it was like, it's just a small struggle with 3 tanks, his tanks, and Cobra Commander's helicopter didn't do anything. And then the roadblock, Dwayne Johnson comes into this tank and, shot a couple guns, and that was it, man. All of a sudden, we have Cobra Commander gets in the helicopter, says, see you later, guys, and Roadblock has a fight with Firefly, he defeats him, takes the code from the Zeus cannon that was going to fire the cannon all around the world, destroy it all, takes that, just blows them up, and it's movie's over. That was, you know what, guys, I was disappointed. I'll tell you right now, I was a little bit disappointed with the movie. It left me wanting more. I'm like, okay, Cobra Commander's leaving. He's like, see you later, guys, bye-bye. Alright, so he's going to go to the base now and regroup with all his entire army, and then G.I. Joe's like, okay, we got Cobra on the run now. Let's go defeat him now, and let's attack with all the G.I. Joe power, and the president is free again, because, of course, there was a whole thing with Storm Shadow's past, and that, remember that he killed his master, and Snake Eyes went after him, and they hated him, the whole whatever. And then Sarton was the one responsible for the death of the master, and he incriminated Storm Shadow. So Storm Shadow becomes good. Well, he helps them out. I remember a couple comics of Storm Shadow helping Snake Eyes in some things, but him being good and helping him out, I don't know. I don't know how that worked out. But anyways, so the president gets Storm Shadow takes out Sartan. He's really pissed off at him because he made him what he is. He's crazy because of Sartan, whatever. So Sartan is dead now. So the president's free. So I was hoping the president to say, okay, we know where Cobra is. Let's go get him and full attack with the G.I. Joe freaking hidden base and all your army. It never happened. So I'm telling you something. I guess this lives up for another movie, for a third movie. But I'll tell you right now, if this movie doesn't do well, there will be no third G.I. Joe movie, and this will be like a very bad thing, very bad series, and they would have to reboot that. I'll probably never touch it again. Yeah, the movie was, you know what? I will give this movie a rating of 7 out of 10, and I'm being kind of generous because Snake Eyes stole the show. Again, the scene there, it was worth the. I would go see that scene again. It was jaw-dropping. The 3D was nice. There were some things that did right, but they did a lot of things wrong too. And man, I wish I was a director. Me being a fan, I would direct a better movie than that, for sure. So, anyways, go see G.I. Joe Retaliation. It is, like I said, the ultimate question. Is it a better movie than the first one? Yes, it is. Go see it. It has enjoyable scenes, but not what I've been waiting for, not what I got excited for. I was hoping for more. What do you guys think? If you've seen the movie, let me know what you think about it. So you guys enjoy the holiday. Have a very good Easter Friday, Sunday, and Good Friday. And we'll see you guys later. Take it easy, guys.